After the trio got done eating their fill, they followed Super Final Wars back at home. Their homes were just at the bottom of the mountain. Super Final Wars owned the very top part of the mountain. Not to say there was a good channel of caves and was underneath the mountain. Super Final Wars had his friends claim their own side of the caves. But Super Final Wars got the best one. Not just that, there is a spot inside of his cave that it actually kind of looks more like a throne within a way. So it's understandable why he'll claim that side, both the top part and the middle part of the mountain. He'll call his friends to come visit him or just hang out with him. The other parts of the island had creatures that were a bit more powerful than his friends, and that they can easily kill them with a matter of seconds. So Super Final was allowed them to live close, or basically underneath his own house. Especially King Retire 3 and Zilla 2000. Those two were like his brothers. Zilla 2000 did not live alone, actually. Neither did Super Burning Godzilla, Dark Dragon, King Retire 3, and of course, or Super Godzilla Earth. They actually had their own wives. Zilla 2000 got married to Sasha, while Dark Dragon, he got married to a female Fire Dragon. And Super Burning Godzilla got married to a female Burning Godzilla. King Retire 3 got married to Queen Ghidorah. Well, actually, no, it was Moondora. He got married to Moondora. And a different version of her. Or was it Queen Ghidorah? Yeah, it was Queen Ghidorah from Godzilla Battle Royale. She survived and decided to stay with King Retire 3. And finally, Super Godzilla Earth got married to Elsa, and he took her and allowed her to stay with him. I don't know what exactly happened to her little sister. But that's the thing that Super Final Wars was jealous about. He was jealous that his own friends got wives, but he was the only one who didn't have a wife. Out of all of his friends, well, there was one friend left who didn't actually had any feelings for anyone. And that was, it used to be arch enemy of Super Godzilla Earth. And that was Mecha Super Godzilla Earth. He changed sides after seeing Super Final Wars' full power 5 years ago. Luckily, he made the right call to change sides. Otherwise, Super Final Wars would have allowed Super Godzilla Earth to finish him off. But Mecha Super Godzilla Earth never had any love interest. As a matter of fact, he just preferred to be alone. But he did enjoy the company of his friends. That was one thing he did actually enjoy. As each team member goes to their own side of the cave, Super Final Wars went to the very top part of the mountain, where he stares over at the island. Soon it will come. In 5 days, the next sacrifice will be ready. The Skull Islanders was actually sacrifice his people from other villages just to appease Super Godzilla Final Wars. And if there's more than one sacrifice, he'll bring them back to satisfy his friends. But Super Final Wars always call for the special ones. The ones that would actually satisfy him more than anything else on the planet. But even being worshipped by the Skull Islanders, having his friends, and having a pretty good throne and a pretty awesome kingdom, Super Final Wars was missing one more thing. Someone to love him. That was the only thing that he was missing. He did had a love interest once. Her name was Rapunzel. She ruled the kingdom called Corona. But she's still being the princess of that kingdom. And she had feelings for someone else. So that's more like the main reason why Super Final was ran away from there in the first place. Even though he was raised by the king and queen, of course. But you ever forget that he's still searching about the truth about what happened to his birth parents. So far, no sign of them. And Mecha Super Godzilla Earth couldn't even figure out what happened to them either. No matter how many times he looked into Super Final Wars' past, he just can't see what happened to them. Super Final Wars just decided to take a nap at the top part of his mountain, waiting for the next 5 days to happen. When the full moon comes, that signals him that it's time for a new sacrifice to be ready. So until then, he was playing the waiting game. About 5 days later, in the middle of the day, Ruby decided to go check out an unknown island by herself. She told her team that she'll be back, hopefully in like a week or two. When she checked out the island, she was completely shocked on how massive it was. She was more looking at the giant mountain that was in the center of the island itself. This made her to go check it out. Of course, she draws some unwanted attention. And this were the creatures of the island. They were a bit more tougher than she thought, so the best choice and option she had was to get out of there quickly. It wasn't before she saw structures up ahead. She kept on moving for a while, looking around. She tried to get a signal from her phone, but there was no signal. Of course, this island does not have internet, or any cell phone service, But the more deeper she goes to the island, the more and more trouble she was going to face later on, and the unexpected journey that she'll later face. She constantly thought that she saw humans running around. Of course, she was wrong, because eventually there were the inhabitants on the island. It wasn't until she met a survivor on the island, who was not from around here, but from a different part of the village. Well, from a different village. It's a bit more further away from here. Hey, do you know how or what is this place? The villager didn't spoke anything, but instead he tried to lead her to a safe spot on the island. She decided to follow him. Of course, they ended up encountering more dangerous creatures along the way, but nothing too severe that Ruby can't handle, or too dangerous that she can't handle. Thankfully. But as she keep on going deeper to the island with her companion, she still felt like that they were not alone. that they were being followed. But by what, though? She'll later figure it out. And discover that there's more to this island than she previously thought. Eventually, she ended up encountering dinosaur bones. Huh, so there's dinosaurs on this island. But they look bigger than average-sized dinosaurs. That's not normal. This Parasaurolophus is like 5 times bigger than what it should be. She kept on going deeper to the island with her companion, ignoring all the dinosaur bones within the process. But still, no matter how deeper she went to the island, the more and more uncomfortable she was getting. Maybe it would have been best to bring at least her sister or a friend or two with her. So now, the only companion she has is an island native who doesn't know how to speak English. Ruby could teach him, but it'll take a huge amount of time as she's not interested in staying here any longer than just a week or two. Luckily, she had her weapon ready just in case if things were getting too intense. When they later arrived to the village, the island native, or the person who was from a different village, instantly wanted to go back. But Ruby just decided to go straight ahead, while the villager tried to get her to come back. Ruby looked around cautiously, keeping her guard up. She has no idea why her companion is freaking out so much. She tried to calm him down several times, but it doesn't look like it's working. Okay, something's probably bothering you very... Okay, if there's something in this village that's bothering you like that, then we shouldn't be here, should we? The awkward silence gave Ruby her answer. Don't worry, let me just look around for a little bit, then we can get out of here. She got done looking around for a little while longer before going back. But when she turned around, her island native was right behind her, and she soon see the reason why. There was another island native, but this girl didn't look anything identical to her companion. Hello? We're not looking for any trouble, we're just passing through. So if you can show us the way where we can get off of this side, that'll be great. And if this is your village, then we'll just get out of here as soon as we can. The villager didn't say anything, but instead pointed her hand at Ruby. Are you wanting to talk to me? Ruby felt very, very, very uncomfortable. And she'll later have a reason why she'll feel uncomfortable.